Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. We are back with another plan with me for the week of the 6th to the 12th of March in my Tilly Journals Functional Flexi Planner. This is using the Frosty kit from Plannerface. I do PR for Plannerface, so you can use my code CAT10 to save 10% on your orders and add my name in notes to seller to pick up my freebie. I'm also using silver foil in the snow V1, I think it's the version 1 from Scribble Prints Co, because this was the week it snowed. It feels so weird to do the voiceover for this when it's like 28 degrees in the UK and I was watching Lil Simsy play Among Us. But yeah, it's so weird to be doing a frosty, snowy plan with me in June. So I do really need to try and catch up with my plan with me's. But I love how this came out. So this was the winter art from Kittenish Jess for probably the end of last year. And I just think it's so pastel and beautiful. I love it so much. I love as well that Anna did that scene box that I could put in the top left, and then I put the Let It Snow quote from Squirrel Prince Co over it. Perfect. And this was also the kit of a million fashion people. So Anna did 2 toolbox add-ons that you could buy for this. So it had like 2 different couples. You had one couple like together, like with their arms linked, and one like kind of lifting the other one. And I bought all of them because I just wasn't sure what I was going to want to use in the spread. I decided to go with the couple like with their arms linked through each other because, well, I don't really know why, to be honest. I liked their vibe. I liked that I had like both of their coats on show, and I just never really seen like a kind of box where there's like either a couple of friends or whatever like walking through the snow. I just really liked it, so I decided to go with that one. And controversially for this spread, I decided to mostly go with the blonde fashion people. So I am not blonde and by default I will go for the fashion person that looks like me if there is one, and if there's not, I'll then go with the one that I think most matches the kit. This one had the person with the braid in their hair for the Friday, and then also has the person that I've put on the Tuesday. So that one I did go with the dark hair, but I was really debating with the person with the braid whether I went for the dark hair or the blonde hair because I absolutely loved both. But ultimately, even though normally I will default and go with the one that looks like me, I decided that the blonde just matched this kit so well, which is also why I ended up going with the blonde people for the toolbox, because I just think the blonde worked, which when you look at it overall is like kind of silly because all of the characters that I use have brown hair because I buy character stickers that look like me. So I guess that's kind of silly on reflection, but I think it's fine. I think that I also like that with the blonde, you can really intricately see the design of the hair that Jess drew. I really, really, really wish I could have my hair like that fashion person. That's my dream hair. And I say that as like, I'm talking about after my wedding cutting my hair. So, but I can't braid my hair like that anyway. It's just, that's what I wish my hair looked like. So let us get into the day by day. So I don't usually say where the stickers are from in these, but most of my functional stickers are from Plannerface, Scribble Prints Co, Coffee Monsters Co, Once More With Love, Joy of Planning, Stick with the Plan Co. So that's where like 90% of my collection is from. But if you do want to know where a specific sticker is from, please feel free to comment down below and I will happily let you know. I'm still on the fence about whether I do or don't have time to talk about stickers in these spreads, but we'll see. This one is a little bit on the shorter end of my normal plan with me, so I probably won't. So first thing on Monday is I marked that it was Ross in my team's 9 months. So I mentioned in a previous plan with me, but all of my other team members left last kind of January to March. So we got a brand new team starting last March, and we're getting to the like process of all of them hitting their 12 months. So it's exciting. And in fact, Ross has since hit his 12 months, and the last one in my team will hit her 12 months in August. And then they will have all officially been with me over a year, which is really exciting. So I marked that just because it kind of helps me deal with like the passing of time if I mark it. Then after that, I marked that I had long meetings. I'm not sure what the long meetings were, but clearly I felt frustrated by them to have marked specifically long rather than like an afternoon of meetings. So that's interesting. Then I marked that trains suck, which they do. I don't remember why I marked that they suck, but they do suck. But then, interestingly, I marked that I worked late, so I must have come home from work and then had to work again from home. It's really rare that I do that because, or maybe I just swapped those things over because I have that like massive to-do list sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. So maybe that was why I did that, because it just feels really odd to me that I would leave work and then come and work home. And because the reason I guess I must have been in the office, I usually work from home on a Monday, but if I've put train suck, I must have been in the office, right? So, or maybe it was the announcements of train strikes, which I'm very supportive of people striking, but it doesn't mean that it's not chaos for me. So maybe it was that. Who knows? Anyway, then I marked for the final thing for that day that I was reading X's and O's, which is the second book in a trilogy. The third one's not out yet though, by Amy Lee. And this one is, I realised in a previous plan with me, I couldn't remember what book Set On You was, but that's the first one in this series. So X's and O's is about Tara, who is a book influencer. And she ends up moving in with a firefighter who's the best friend of the firefighter we know from the first book, with Trevor. And her potential marriage broke down, so she was going to get married, and then her fiance kind of leaves her at the altar. So she decides she wants to see whether any of her other previous boyfriends would have been a better fit for her, and it's basically the journey of her going through her second chance romances with the help of firefighter Trevor. It was really good. I really liked it. I really like Amy Lee as an author, and I would be really interested to pick up anything else that she writes, to be honest. Then on Tuesday, we must have had an event. I don't know what one it was, but that will have been why I left it blank, because it will have been a specific work thing. Then I marked that I worked late. So this week is very much in the really busy season for my job, unfortunate. I have 3 of them a year, and this is the sort of middle of the year one, and it means that I work a lot of hours, and particularly in the March one, that is the busiest of all of them. So yeah, unfortunately we have like 75 things that I'm responsible for in that month. So yeah, working late is not really a massive surprise. Then I marked that I made a gusto meal, and those gusto meal scripts are a custom for me, unfortunately. And then the migraine, so I then had a migraine, which is not surprising because of working late. My migraines have been a bit better recently though. I haven't had as many. I was definitely going through a period of time where I was having them quite a lot. I think I'm a bit better about remembering to wear my glasses from the beginning of the day now, rather than just putting them on when I have a headache. And I also have a Stanley cup now, and so I'm drinking more water, I think, as well. Not that I was terrible at drinking water back then, but I think I probably am drinking a bit more now because I can keep my water cold, which is great. And then I marked that I had an early night. Those early night stickers from the Coffee Monsters Co are so cute, and I used them 3 times in this week. So good on me for having an early night. Then on Wednesday, I love the moose. Are they moose on the Wednesday, or reindeer? I love them. I just love how Jess has drawn them. So cute. So then I marked that it snowed, because on top of having my really stressful period at work, what I really need added in there is snow. I hope you can hear my sarcasm. I am really, really not a fan of snow. I appreciate that it's pretty, and that's fine. But now, because of global warming, like if it snows in December, I'm kind of fine with it. I don't have as many plans in December. Work is nowhere near as hectic. Fine. But snow in March is so stressful for me. And a few years ago, we had one of our like busy seasons where the snow was so bad that I ended up having to like swap out our like whole season, and we all were doing different events. And then we had my colleagues got stuck flying around Birmingham because they couldn't land from having been in Northern Ireland. Like, I just don't like snow. I find it so chaotic. If we lived in a country, if we lived in Canada where you can cope with snow, fine. But we don't live in a country that can cope with snow. And I'm just very anti-snow. I'm sure you get the point now, but I'm very anti-snow. I don't think, though, if I remember rightly, the snow was that bad this year. The only benefit to snow, in my opinion, is that snow planner kits are really cute. So at least if it's going to snow, I can use a kit this cute. It works. But it feels really weird to be using a kit this snowy in March. But that's global warming for you. So then I marked that I had so many trains, because after that I marked that I had a blood test. So for complicated reasons, my doctor's is still over where my parents live. And if I need to get there myself without my parents driving me, I can't get across the town, because we live in different towns and we have really poor transport around here. So I have to go into London and back out again. And I think it was just very frustrating. Then I marked that we were doing interviews. So I must have then had to have like got the train. I probably had to go into London, back out of London to have my blood test, and then come back in and then do interviews. That's madness. But that would have, I think, been interviews for not for my team, but for like my colleagues' team, which I was shortlisting for in the last plan with me. Then I marked that made a gusto meal. Then we were watching The Mandalorian. I really like The Mandalorian. I think Mandalorian is peak Star Wars in my opinion. I mean, obviously it's Grogu and he's my boy, but I just really enjoy. I really like The Mandalorian. I don't think this season was the best season of The Mandalorian, but yeah, I think it was very slow moving. But in general, I'm a big fan of The Mandalorian. And then I marked again that I had an early night. Then on the Thursday, I marked that I was up early because must have been an event on that Thursday. But again, I haven't marked what that was for like work privacy reasons. Then I marked that I finished X's and O's, and then I started The Heart Principle, which is the third book in the Kiss Quotient series. This book will like rip your heart out. It is... So the first two are definitely romances, but this one I would say is a contemporary with an underlying romance plotline. It has so many difficult themes for multiple characters, and it's absolutely heartbreaking. I think it's so well written, and I like tougher books than I think I do. In my head, I like light, fluffy books, but actually I think I like books that will take your heart and stamp all over them, which is what The Heart Principle is. I would really recommend it. I didn't love the first book in this series, but a lot of people do. And then I think people who loved the first one maybe didn't love the final one as much because it's so different from the Kiss Quotient. Then I marked that I was doing laundry. I don't mark every time I do laundry. It's just, if I mark it, it's because I was putting away probably weeks worth of laundry. Then I marked that I watched The Apprentice, one of my favorite, it's like my second favorite TV show, so I love when it's on. And then I marked that I was chatting to Stuart, which probably means I was up late getting worked up about life in general, because that's pretty typical of how I feel during busy seasons, because I'm currently in my next busy season, and that's also how I feel. Then on Friday I marked that it snowed again. I really like those cute little snow stickers. I can't remember which shop they're from. It might be they were from a Paper Sheet Plan sampler, maybe. But it was so cute. They matched the spread so well. But it really wasn't snowing enough to like make snowmen or anything. I don't think... We definitely had an event that was ruined from the snow, but I don't think it was like too bad because I was still able to get a train for my dermatology appointment. So the fact that I was still able to get the train... Oh, but my dad was supposed to come and pick me up on this day. And I ended up calling him that morning and I was like, I don't want you to drive in the snow. So Stuart was able to drive me to the station, and then I again got the train into London and back out again. So this really was the week of a lot of trains. And I think that blood test on the Wednesday, I had wanted to have the week before, but the trains suck. On that Monday was related to the blood test. I remember now. I was supposed to be getting a train to the blood test and the signals just stopped outside St Pancras and I couldn't even get to my parents. That's what it was. Okay, it's all coming back to me. So this really was like a week I spent so much time on trains, and that wasn't even related to my job, which it often is. It was related to friggin' health appointments. So then I marked that I was reading The Heart Principle while I was on the train. And then I have my dermatology appointment. So I have my dermatology appointments once every 3 months for my urticaria at the moment. I had my most recent one just recently. We're still on immunosuppressants over here. It's a bit rough, but you know, hopefully it's working. Then I marked that I got a smoothie because where my parents live has the best smoothie bar. It's my favourite, so I always get one if I go there. Then I marked that I was doing admin with my mum and dad. Just because if I was over there, I obviously then went to my parents after my dermatology appointment and was just like catching up with them. Then I marked Pizza Express, which I don't think we went out to eat at Pizza Express, so it must have been a takeaway. And then I marked that I was watching YouTube, and then an early night. Then on Saturday, I marked that I was filming vlogs. So this was back when I was vlogging. I have a love-hate relationship with vlogs. There are some people who watch my channel who really, really prefer vlogs to any of my other content. And I kind of like them at the time, but I don't like filming one all the time. And I would rather film reading vlogs, but I think people would rather watch normal vlogs. And I don't think my life is interesting enough, or that I do anything I can share enough for vlogging. And also I'm somebody that, like, when I'm out and about or I'm on holiday and stuff, I don't want to vlog. I would rather be in the moment. So yeah, love-hate relationship with vlogs, but this was when I was still vlogging. And then I marked that I did a spin class, so that was probably just a Peloton one. I really need to try and get back to working out at the moment, but this weather is not the one for me. Yeah, this would have been Peloton, because I then marked that I was meditating, which I do with the Peloton app, because I really like, they do like 5-minute meditations. But the Peloton app is changing. And so at the moment, I only pay like £12 a month for Peloton. But from January, it's going to be £24 a month if you want to be able to do more than 3 classes a week, or 3 classes a month, sorry. And I'm just very annoyed at Peloton for that change. Then I marked that I was cleaning and tidying the house, just what I needed to be doing when I was overworked. Then made a gusto meal again. Then we were watching Bad Batch, which is a Star Wars cartoon. It's not my favourite, and I gave up on this series. Then we went into London and were having drinks before we were watching Carl Hutchinson, the comedian, which was one of our Christmas presents, I think, from Stuart's parents. And that was really nice, because we went with Stuart's brother and his girlfriend. So it was really nice to see them, because even though they live in London, we don't see them like that often. So it was really nice to see Matt and Sophie. And he was funnier when I saw him before. He wasn't as funny this time, but it was still good. Then on Sunday, I marked that I was in my feelings. Don't know about what, but that's fine. Then we made some toasties. It's so much effort to get the toasty maker out, but I love toasties when we do them. So I need to try and remind Stuart we should make some more. Then I marked that I went to Tesco. I don't know why I mark stuff like that. Like, is Future Cat ever going to care that I went to Tesco? No, but anyway. Then we were watching more Bad Batch, because we did fall behind on it. But as I say, I did then just give up and let Stuart finish it without me. Then I marked that I was doing life admin. I've found life admin really challenging this year, so it felt worthy to mark. Then I was filming some more of my sticker sorting series, which is up on my channel. Thanks so much for the love on that. And then I marked that it was a gusto meal, and it would have been an Indian, because I used a curry night sticker. So that is it for today's plan with me. So many leftovers for this, so this will definitely go into my kit leftover album. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, I would really appreciate a like, and if you haven't already, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. In the description, I will have a link to my Instagram and my Goodreads if you want to check out any more content from me. But otherwise, I will see you in my next video. Bye!